Hey, what's up, fellow classmates? Let's just get back to the classroom. Okay, I'm Matthew Msengati, the designer and developer. This is my YouTube channel, Coded Design, where I teach coding and user interface design. This is a series of videos where I'm showing you everything in the application that I am developing. So in the previous video, I showed you how to create a database on the server. My apologies about the abrupt ending. Obviously, I just had some disturbance and I had to end the video. But what we did in the previous video, we added a database. Here is the database. At this moment in time, I forgot the database. What's this thing? Obviously, this is the database name, but the username and details, I forgot about those. So let's try to see what one can do when you forgot your details. Okay, obviously the user is this one and the password is this one. Okay, so the other thing that I didn't speak about in the previous video is the idea of privileges. You can have a user that will use the database, but it can only have privileges to certain things. For instance, let's just click here to privileges and see what we have. As you can see, this user, it's more like has gotten access to anything. So the idea of user is very important in a database. For instance, one of my friends was working at an IT or software company, and then he's specializing in writing SQL statements. Okay, they are the company that he's working for. It's more like a content management system company. Instead of them building a website for you, they have got one website that all their clients are using, and those clients they are managing their content and also their database. Let's say I'm a industrial company, I manufacture cars, and then I will ask that company to create a database for me for whatever. So they will be responsible for planning it and everything. Once it's done, it will run on that company's website. Let's say after a year I want a report on maybe how many cars I've sold, and remember, as the customer, I will be the one who's updating the system. So I will want a report on how many cars are sold in whatsoever. For some reason, they always generate special SQL statements for those reports. It's not like it's a system that does everything automatically. So the point is, my friend is responsible for writing SQL statements for generating those reports, those custom reports. So he told me that he's got some limitation as to what he can do. For instance, whatever he does to the database, he cannot delete. He cannot send a query that says delete all from a table so and so. So the idea of privileges works like that. So meaning that, let's say I've employed a developer and I want him to work on the database, but I can give him some user name and password only to update the system. He can't insert, he can't create, he can't do other things. So that is the case for the user. So here are the privileges. This is something that we didn't talk about on the previous video. So now what I want to do, I want to change the password because I forgot the password. Okay, let's generate a new one, and then I will copy it and then save. Okay, it gives me these details. So what we are going to do now, I'm going to some sort of test this database. Instead of connecting to the previous one, we are going to connect to the new one. So the first thing that we are going to do, we are going to copy this information to the code. Okay, let's go back to our code. At the moment, what I do, I have a class app variables, which is only responsible for storing variables. To be honest, as you can see here, I've got a folder called constants. Okay, let's just jump straight to this one. I'm thinking I will change this approach to constants because I just heard that constants are globally available in the entire program. So, and also constants don't change. So instead of me having these variables that can be changed, I can define all my variables as constant. Number one, the advantage is I can access them anywhere in the application without doing a lot of code. And also no one can change this constant, of which if we are dealing with app paths, you don't want somebody to change the path because the app will break. But however, this is something that is running in my background. So back to the app variable class. So as you can see here, this is all the information about my database. This is the current database name and this is the current password. So what we are going to do, we are going to change the database name to to students, because we've created a new database, as you can see where here. And then obviously the host is localhost. And then in terms of the username, now we've got a new intern in our company. Let's pretend Coded Design has got an intern, so this is the username for that intern, or for all interns, because this is student. And then the password, we will take this password. Okay, we will take this password and put it here. So basically now the system will connect to this database to check for password and other things. Obviously this is supposed to break the code, this table code, this one, because remember this code connects to another database, not the one that we have changed now. Oh, sorry, one other thing. After I've made changes locally, I need to update them on a server. So this is, I'm using FileZilla. FileZilla facilitates the connection between my local files and the server file. So meaning that now at the moment this system won't break because I haven't updated the online system. So for instance, as you can see, everything is supposed to work well and it's supposed to take me to the admin side. As you can see, it's working well. But now locally on my code, I have changed which file. I have changed this file app variable, so that will mean I will have to overwrite the file that is on a server before this might take effect, before we are unable to log in, because our interest is not to be able to log in because we have made some changes. Okay, so let's go to FileZilla, and then what we will do, we will look for Philantro, and then inside Philantro I'm looking for classes. Inside classes I'm looking for app variables. Okay, let's see where is app variables, or variable classes. Okay, and then from then this is what I'm looking for. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing this side, same thing this side, and look for Philantro classes. After classes, I'm looking for, I'm sorry for my slow computer, but I'm navigating to this same directory, because as you can see, this is the same thing. This is the local version of the application and this is the online version. It's the same thing in a way. So classes, I don't know, maybe my internet is slow. Okay, classes. Okay, on classes I'm looking for variable classes. In variable classes I'm looking for this file app variable. Then I'm gonna drag this one and drop it this side. Okay, now that means that the database on the code has changed. After, if this is done, then that will mean the database has changed. Let me just quickly check if we are recording and we are online. Okay, we are recording. Okay, now what I want to do, I want to take this, send it to this side. Then after this is updated, this means that we are not supposed to log in here. It must throw an error. So that's how I'm showing you that this is how you connect to the back end. Okay, let me just test. First of all, restart and refresh this one. Okay, now the changes are done. FileZilla is updating me. And remember, FileZilla is an application that helps me with uploading files to the server. So let's say SMS and then 1234 and then click. There must be an error. As you can see, our username and password is incorrect. Okay, that means now we cannot connect to the database. Okay, now let's prove that the database that we are connecting to, it's the right one. And also, if we can set things up right, then it means that we are supposed to connect. Now let's go to the back end. And also, guys, if you maybe feel like this is some sort of complicated, please believe me, this is not complicated. Keep pushing, keep trying. You will get this thing right. Even me, when it comes to the web technology and web development, I didn't go to school for it. In IT, I only did like software development, so this is not something that I learned in school. Okay, so keep pushing and keep trying. Stick with me, I'll make you famous. With this channel you will get there. Okay, so where is our database? Okay, we are done creating our database. I think that one is clear. Let's go to the dashboard of the back end. And then now what we want to do, we have created a database here. It has got the username and it has got the user privileges and it has got the password. We are happy with it. Now we will go to PHP admin, where we will create a table for that database so that our system can connect to that database, because at the moment the system is throwing an error, as you can see. The reason is there is not even a database not even a table in that database. Okay, let's just jump back to the back end and then we go to PHP admin. Okay, PHP admin, and then once we go to PHP admin, we will look for our database with the name student, and we will add a table there called users, and then we'll put the username and password, and suppose we are good to go, as long as we stick to the rules. Okay, not this one. Okay, as you can see here, I was just checking on Stack Overflow so that I can use constants. I think instead of using class variables, it takes too much code. Like, I have to instantiate the class and I have to get all those variables as static variables, and it's a little bit complex. So now I'm trying to make a research on how can I use constants. So I was just researching here. I want to use constants maybe might make my code cleaner, write less code, and also easy to debug and also to trace at the end of the day. So our PHP admin is ready. Yeah, we are happy. And then as you can see, under PHP admin, I've got Secular, which is the database that we were connected to before. As you can see here, if we've got a table in Secular, which is users, then that means that we've got a username, SMS, and the password is 123. Okay, what I'm going to do in this video before I end it, I'm going to show you how to copy this table structure as it is, and in the next video I'm going to show you how to create the table manually. Okay, so now we've got a database named Secular, and we are interested in copying the structure as it is. Why do we want to copy the structure as it is? Because our code behind the scene is aware of this table structure. So maybe when we're creating it ourselves manually, you know, when you are doing copy and paste, here we might say ID table instead of table ID, then there might be inconsistencies. Here we might say user underscore name and whatever. So usually the good database practice is to just copy this as it is. So what we are going to do now is to copy this table structure to this database. Simple, right? Okay, so how do we do that? So we click on Secular. Okay, make sure that we have clicked on Secular, not student, and then we are going to export. Okay, meaning that we are exporting the table structure. Export. So we've exported coded design Secular structure. Then we will go to coded design students, and then from then we are going to say import, and then we are going to import that structure. That means that now whatever that was inside secular in terms of the tables, it will be also here. Okay, let's see. Scroll down. I hope this is adding value to you. Okay, as you can see, this is choose a file. I hope this is giving you an idea of what a database is, and also how to configure it, and also how to copy tables. Maybe I'm hoping one day you might get employed, and then or pass an interview. So let's click there. Okay, that means we are copying this database. As you can see, everything. And then now let's just click import. Okay, hope there won't be any errors, but it's very rare that this might have errors, because you are not the one who's busy changing and updating this thing. So let's just see. As you can see on Coded Design Student, now you can see there is a table called users, and the table called user has exactly the same it has got exactly the same table as this one, as you can see. So guys, let me just quickly pause and fix something, because now I'm trying to multitask and I'm not doing. Okay, I'm back again. My apologies for that small disturbance. So what we did, we've just copied everything that was here, which is the structure of Coded Design Secular. We've copied it to this. This is the most easy and the efficient way of copying tables, instead of going to start this table from scratch. Imagine if you've got more than 10 tables, obviously it's a hassle. So this is how you copy the tables. An interesting thing also here is that you can copy the data that was there already. Okay, so meaning that now if we have done that, that means this user interface, now it can connect and validate using the old password. Okay, let's see. Okay, as you can see, boom, now it's preparing to go to the back end, because when it's connecting to this database student database, I'm sorry for my slow internet. Okay, when it's connecting to this database student with the username and the password, it can get to this thing. Now let's just make sure that we are 100% sure, because we need to be bulletproof here. We don't need to some sort of fool ourselves and thinking that things are working whereas we are not testing. Okay, first of all, we need to make sure that we are in student database. Okay, this is refreshing, so when it's done, then we are sure we are here, and then from then we are on users in student database. Okay, now we are going to change the username. The username is going to be Matthew. Obviously I'm using my name. Okay, the username is Matthew, and the password is, let's say, South Africa, with capital letters. Okay, with capital letter A. Okay, so I'm Matthew from South Africa, as you can see. Now let's go to the front end. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here. Go to the front end, let's log out, and then we are going to log in using the old details. If those old details are not working, it will mean that obviously we have updated the back end. 1 2 3 4, and then click login. As you can see, we cannot log in. Then let's try Matthew, South Africa. Okay, South, okay, Africa with capital letter A, Africa. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to say here, for just testing things, I'm going to say Matthew 1 and see what will happen. Okay, Matthew 1. Okay, it's wrong. So now if I remove this one, suppose everything works and we can get to the back end. Boom, as you can see, we can go to the back end. Guys, I'm going to end this video here. I hope you are learning something. In this video we have learned how to what's this thing, create a database, how to copy a database table or database structure from one database to another. In the next video, I'm going to show you how do we manually create this table, as it is this one, table users. So I mean that on the next video I'm going to start by deleting it, and we will create our own. Otherwise, for me, thank you so much. I hope you are learning something. Also, if there is something that you are stuck with or something that you don't know, please make sure you just go to Google or go to Stack Overflow and search whatever you want. As time goes by, you will start to get the hang of it. You will start to see some clues, and also you will start to commit the syntax, PHP syntax, in your memory. As time goes by, you will start to feel comfortable with PHP, HTML and CSS and JavaScript, and then you will start to look for more higher level concepts, like MVC patterns, and then before you know it, you can develop your own application. So for me, Matthew, stay positive, stay focused, keep pushing. See you on the next one. Please, before you go, do me a favor. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and also click that like button. Thank you so much. See you on the next one.